Okay. Stay blessed. Question: did Freedom get a fair trial? Was Freedom found innocent? What is the story of your superb show's name? Freedom never gets a fair trial. The government hates freedom. I'll say it again. The government hates freedom. It is a challenge to the government. The best thing you can do to stay free is to exercise your freedom. What are those freedoms? Just read the first 8 amendments to the Constitution. Read the ninth. The ninth is the catch-all, saying we have natural rights that are too numerous to enumerate, and the government is the government is prohibited from interfering with them as well. But your right to think as you wish and say what you think and publish what you say, your right to associate or not to associate, your right to worship or not to worship, your right to shake your fist in the tyrant's face, to tell the government what you think of them, your right to defend yourself, your right to keep the government off your property, your right to fairness from the government, your right to remain silent in the face of the government's commands and demands. All of these are natural rights that come from our humanity. The First Amendment doesn't grant the freedom of speech. It prohibits the government from interfering with it. You probably know that's me. Where did judging freedom come from? A dear friend of mine, a libertarian radio host named Brian Wilson. Not that Brian Wilson, not the Beach Boys. Another Brian Wilson, a gifted, wonderful guy. He may have been the first guest on the show. I think he was 2 years ago. Brian suggested the name. I would like to have used Freedom Watch, which was the name of my late great, if you don't mind me saying, his show on Fox News that was the love of my life and the focus of my professional work for 2 years. But since that show ended, somebody took the name, and I believe they copyrighted it. So the closest we could come up with is Judging Freedom. It also sort of connotes the judge, the word judge in there. I think it lets people think of me. But now it's stuck. You should know, those of you watching now, that your colleagues watch us from all over the world.